In this video, we're going to go ahead and practice using our properties of logarithms, which include our product property, our quotient property, and our power property. We're not going to use the change of base. We did that in the last video. So let's just go ahead and practice. And for the first two examples, I want to take multiple logs and I want to combine them into a single log. So let's work on this first example right here. The first thing we do is we always deal with the numbers in front of our logs. So let's go ahead, a number in front of our log, where does that go? It goes back as an exponent. So let's go ahead and put all the numbers in front of our logs back as an exponent. We're going to stick it back in here and rewrite it. So the first thing we have is log base 5 of 6 squared plus log base 5 of x minus log base 5 of y plus 2. The next thing we're going to do, now that all of the numbers in front have been moved back as exponents, we are going to simplify this number and then we're going to deal with this addition. This addition right here tells us to take our two arguments m and n, and the way that we're going to combine them back is through multiplication. So we will take our log base 5, and remember, this is going to be 36. Let me just write it here. And we're going to multiply these two arguments, x and 36. So we'll get 36x. And when we combine them into one log, remember, we don't have two logs anymore. We have one log. And we're going to subtract from that log base 5 of y plus 2. And the way that we combine back a subtraction, this guy right here, is we're going to use our quotient property, subtract. To combine them back, we divide our m and our n. So we're going to divide 36x by y plus 2, and we get log base 5 of 36x over y plus 2. And this is our single log. There is nothing else we can do. And we're done. So let's go ahead and do this one. Let's deal with our numbers in front first. This one has no number, this one has no number, and this one has no number. So we're good there. We don't need to use our power property, but let's go ahead and start combining this addition. That addition is our product property, and we're going to multiply 3 times 14 to combine it back into one log. So we'll get log base 5. 3 times 14 is 42. Minus log base 5 of 21. When we combine a subtraction back, two logs being subtracted, we're going to use our quotient property and divide m and n. And when we divide that, we get log base 5 of 42 over 21. And 42 over 21 can be simplified. Log base 5 of 2. So I want you to notice here we have no variables, so we should ask ourselves the question, what power can we raise 5 to get 2? Well, I don't think there's an answer to that without using a calculator, so we're done. All right, for our last two examples, we're going to start these, and instead of combining them back into one log like we did above, we're going to separate these out into multiple logs. Okay, so let's get started. Here we have x plus 5 being divided by x squared. And when we take a look at our division, we're going to use a quotient property to set them, to separate them. So we're going to say log base 4 of x plus 5 minus log base 4 of x squared. Okay, so let's take a look at the first log here. We have an addition inside of our logarithm, so let's see if any of our properties have that. That's a multiplication, a division, and that just has an exponent. We can't separate this. There are no properties to separate out an addition inside of a log. So let's take a look at our second log. There is no multiplication or division, but there is an exponent, so we're going to use our power property to move our exponent to the front of our log here. So we have log base 4 of x plus 5 minus, and we're going to take this exponent and move it to the front, 2 log base 4 of x. And when we take a look at our logs, we can't do anything with an addition, and there's nothing left inside here besides one variable. We are done. This is our answer. Okay, for all of your expansion problems, make sure you have no exponents left. They should really be in the front. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This one it's a fraction again. I always like to separate my fractions first. So I'm going to write log base 2, and I separated division by using my quotient property, by using subtraction. Log base 2 of 4x squared y minus log base 2 of z. And I notice this logarithm right here, there's nothing left to be done here. There's no exponent, multiplication, or division being done inside. So this one's done. But this one has 2 multiplications and an exponent. So before we can use our power property, we need to separate our 4 and our y from our x squared, because that exponent is only being applied to the x, not the 4 and the y. So we can't use our power property until all 3 of these are separated. We separate out multiplication by using addition. Since we have 2 multiplications, we're going to have 2 addition signs. So we're going to have log base 2 of 4 plus log base 2 of x squared plus log base 2 of y, and then we're going to subtract log base 2 of z. All right, so let's take a look at these. I know what this is. 2 raised to what power is 4? It's just 2. So I'll write 2. Now I'll take a look at this one. The only thing being done in here is we have a power. Let's move our exponent to the front. Plus 2 log base 2 of x. Have a log base 2 of y minus a log base 2 of z. And all of these have a single variable inside, nothing we can do. No multiplication, no division, and no exponents. We dealt with all of that. So we are done. That is our answer.